sat up there?
There's this guy,
I think parents are still coming in.
the Davises. They're like,
He won't. Yeah, he won't mind if I am.
yeah.
Hi everyone, good evening. Welcome to the high school. We're excited to have you all here tonight. We're just going to stand and say the pledge. Can I get a motion to approve tonight's agenda? Rob, second Henry. Any questions? All in favor? 5-0. Superintendent's report, Mr. Poole.
Thank you very much, and good evening, and welcome, everyone. We have had the pleasure of having a number of student performances showcasing their talents and skills across the school year, and tonight is no different. So to start off the superintendent's report, I would like to invite up Mr. Parinello to introduce 3 students from Wading River who are going to give a performance this evening.
It is my honor to introduce Luminaire, Miss Potts, and Chip from our play Beauty and the Beast, who are also go by sometimes Noel Spuler. Excuse me, I just called you by your brother's name. That's Ferris Spuler, Katie Davis, and Honor Gangler. You guys can head right up, right over there. Now, just for the audience and for our Board of Education, most importantly, so if you noticed, Wading River had a little something happening this week at the school. I'm not sure if you heard about it or anything like that. So this will be the first time these 3 children sing this together with the music since the performance back in February. So we practiced a little bit outside, we had some fun, and with that, I'll let them take it away.
Ma chérie, mademoiselle, it is with our deepest pride and greatest pleasure that we welcome you tonight. And now, we invite you to relax. Let us pull up a chair as the dining room proudly presents your dinner. Be our guest, be our guest, put our service to the test. Tie a napkin round your neck, chérie, and we provide the rest. Soup de jour, hors d'oeuvre, why, we only live to serve. Tries the great stuff, it's delicious. Don't believe me? Ask the dishes. They can sing, they can dance. After all, miss, this is France, and our dinner here is never second best. Come on, unfold your menu, take a glance, then you'll be our guest. We are guest, we are guest. Beef ragout, cheese souffle, pie and pudding en flambe. We'll prepare and serve with flair a culinary cabaret. You're alone and you're scared, but the banquet's all prepared. No one's gloomy or complaining while the flatware's entertaining. We tell jokes, I do tricks with my fellow candlesticks, and it's all in perfect taste that you can make. Come on and ask you on your own free pass to be our guest. If you're stressed, it's fine dining. We suggest be our guest, be our guest, be our guest. It's a guest, 6 alive, will all be blessed. Wine's been poured and things alone, I'll have an napkins freshly pressed. With dessert, should want tea, and my dear, it's fine with me. While the cups do their self-shooing, I'll be bubbling, I'll be brewing, I'll get warm, piping hot.
just want to say, Ferris, Katie, and Honor, you rocked it. You did great. Now, a few years ago, there was another young child that was up on this stage singing. His name was Eric Lopez, and I just received a text from his mom about 25 minutes ago that he was selected to be on Broadway starting this Friday in the Phantom. So if you want to go see him, he'll be on Broadway right here in New York City. So that's a pretty big deal. Congratulations, you did amazing things. Super. Thank you, both guys. Thank you.
Wow, that was fantastic. A tremendous job.
Even the French accent.
I know. Awesome.
Thank you so much.
I want to start with the congratulations to Olivia Diamond and Nita Kelman, both of whom will be inducted into the National Technical Honor Society of Eastern Long Island Academy of Applied Technology. They are being recognized and honored for their academic excellence in career technical education and chosen for demonstrating knowledge, skill, honesty, service, responsibility, scholarship, citizenship, and leadership in their chosen career fields. Olivia is pursuing a career as a certified personal trainer, and Nina is studying aviation and is in pilot training in the BOCE's technical education program. Great job, Olivia and Nina. We're all very proud of you. And just so everybody remembers that our high school is in partnership with Eastern Suffolk BOCES, and we do continue in partnership with them to offer over 30 different career technical education programs, and I'm glad to see that Olivia and Nina took full advantage. Congratulations to them. I do want to provide an update on the Wading River School. So, as everyone's aware, on Sunday night we had a broken hot water pipe, a fitting actually, resulting in flooding in portions of the building, specifically around the music room. As a result of the flooding, asbestos remediation is required as part of the required cleanup and renovations. I do want to share that crews have been working 17 hours a day to complete the remediation, and we are monitoring the progress very, very closely. I am hopeful that students may be able to return to the building this week. I certainly will know more tomorrow, and I will update everyone tomorrow as soon as I know the status of the renovation work and cleanup for Thursday and Friday. So look for a call at some point tomorrow with an update. I do want to thank our families for supporting their children in virtual learning. I know that's not what anybody wants to go back into after the last couple of years, but I want to thank our students and staff and families for for making that happen today. And I know it's definitely an inconvenience. It is a matter of health and safety. I also want to thank our staff who came late on Sunday night, Mr. Ward, Mr. Masterson, Mr. Paranello, responding to that emergency in an effort to get the cleanup and remediation work started immediately. So promise to give everybody an update at some point tomorrow as soon as I have a better sense of where the work is headed and how it's progressing for us. I also want to share really an amazing athletic accomplishment by one of our former students. Shoreham-Wading River alumnus Chris Gray recently set the NCAA men's lacrosse Division I all-time point record. The all-time Division I point record. His 401st career point broke the old record of 400, and Chris graduated from Shoreham-Wading River in 2017 and plays for the University of North Carolina. So congratulations to Chris. Continue to make us proud. Last week I shared with all families that the search for additional service providers for out-of-district universal pre-kindergarten seats only resulted in 4 additional seats in St. Anselm's. We reached out to 20 or so local providers, and no one has extra seats out of district. So we have a desire to provide this service to additional students and families. However, as important, if districts don't use that additional funding in the first year, we lose the funding forever. So in an effort to hold on to that funding and provide the service, we've gone out for a request for proposal for a outside provider to provide this service in district in 2 in-district classrooms. We're still working on finalizing that location, and I do look forward to updating everyone at the May 31st board meeting as to whether or not we're successful with identifying an in-district provider and finalizing a location for that program. So more to come. Tonight, We have the budget hearing. We've been presenting the budget for the last several months. Mr. Arcuri, myself, have been out sharing the budget with various groups. We have a great budget proposed for next year, maintains all of our excellent programs, strengthens our nursing services, brings back an elementary library program after 14 years of not having one, offers a 9-period day for middle school students so that all students can access electives to broaden their experiences as they prepare for high school. We also have a wonderful capital proposition that will benefit all high school students in the arts and health and fitness. Mr. Arcuri later today will be presenting the budget hearing this evening, and the budget vote is on May 17th. And tonight as well, welcome all of our scholar artists and their families. I think we're all aware that there is a scholar athlete program through the New York State Athletic Association that recognizes athletes with academic excellence. So recognizing that no similar recognition is available for our fine arts students, the high school team, led by Mr. Palese, has developed an art scholar recognition program for the first time for this school year. So I look forward to recognizing all of those students this evening. And finally, tonight, we do have some tenure awards on the agenda. We have the award of 5 excellent teachers. These teachers have shown dedication, expertise, compassion for students, support for their colleagues. They strive for excellence. So I welcome them here this evening as well, and to their families tonight that are here to support them. And that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Poole. I don't believe we have any advance notice for opportunity for board members or statements from residents, so we'll go right into student staff recognitions. And we have Mr. Puglisi here to announce our Fine and Performing Arts Scholar students for the first time.
Very much, Mr. Poole, District Office Administration, Mrs. Anderson and the Board of Education for allowing me to be here tonight. It's my great pleasure to announce the inaugural winners of the Scholar Artist, Musician, and Thespian Award. Tonight, we recognize over 100 students who have maintained a weighted GPA of 90 or higher and contributed significantly to extracurricular programming in the area of art, music, and/or theater. These students have graced our stage, both in front and behind the curtain, have produced amazing artwork displayed in local and regional art shows, and/or have made significant contributions to our student publications. These students should be so proud of how their hard work and talent reflects upon themselves, their families, and upon our school and community. As we know, none of this is possible without an incredibly supportive superintendent and district office team working in tandem with the Board of Education. Thank you for your leadership and tireless support. Thank you to the parents and extended families of the students honored here tonight. Talent must be nurtured, and from an early age, all of you, all the family members, saw talent in your children and made sure they had whatever they needed to be successful. Thank you to WHAM for always advocating for our arts and music programs. Your support is very much appreciated. Also, a very special thank you to Mr. Holonia and the building clerical team for getting this first very heavy lift off the ground and establishing this program. The input of the art, music, and theater teachers was essential in designing this program. And last, but certainly not least, thank you to the teachers in all of those programs for their spirited guidance and encouragement of our students. It is now my great pleasure to introduce the inaugural winners of the Scholar Artist, Musician, and Thespian Awards. So, students, please do me a favor. Please stand as your name is called and remain standing. Audience, please, if you can, hold your applause until after the names have been read. At the conclusion of the names being read, everyone's going to head up onto the stage. We're going to go to the back? Okay, all right. Got it, okay. So, without any further ado, the inaugural winners of this recognition are Natalie Acker, Jake Albert, Sydney Albert, Selena Ali, Grace Barra, Amelia Beiersdorfer, Kyra Beiersdorfer, Maya Beiersdorfer, Dylan Burnham Klassen, Amariah Burtz, Kaylee Carberry, Leah Carberry, Patrick Carrier, Natalie Casey, Matthew Triniglia, Peter Christ, Analia Clementi, Daniel Colon, Alyssa Corso, Kayla Corso, Sean Danny, Christian DeCastro, Lauren DeRosso, Emily DeRochis, Liam Flatley, Taylor Franson, Sarah Friedlander, Nicholas Giordano, Emma Granshaw, Joshua Green, Nadia Grasso, Sarah Hahn, Abigail Haverty, Jake Hoey, Elizabeth Holden, Yiya Yu, Gianna Hughes, Chloe Yeager, Sarah Julian, Caroline Lang, Hunter Lang, Ella Larson, Lena Leo, Melissa Ligori, Emma Logan, Mia Lombardi, Abby Lynch, Morgan Lynch, Gianna Mango, Rosalie Marfolio, Anna Marino, Laura Marino, James Maxwell, Sarah McAuliffe, Gina McGivney, Karen McGuire, Liam McGuire, Megan McMullen, Michael McMullen, Chloe McNamara, Liam McQuaid, Madison McQuaid, Salvatore Mealy, Grace Minerick, James Minetti, Alicia Minty, Anja Minty, Ji-Sung Moon, Sophia Morano, Kaya Morrison, Caitlin Molehi, Emily Murray, Jessica Nastasi, Jocelyn Nastasi, Juliana O'Neill, Killian O'Reilly, Ethan Ornelius, Ryan O'Shaughnessy, Noah Paranello, Damian Perez, Lucas Portuesi, Ashma Rashadzada, Megan Rayburn, Shannon Redline, Hannah Sagat, Rachel Scarborough, Caitlin Schaefer, Emily Sherrill, Chloe Schiff, Kyle Schiff, Crystal Sereno, Cameron Sheedy, Eileen Sheridan, Jake Smith, Catherine Spencer, Sophia Stadler, Megan Thrash, Gavin Treza, Alex Tomolowitz, Erin Vetter, Christopher Vignola, Brian Vogel, Andrew Wicks, James Wicks, Catherine Winters, Natalie Zahn, Dongkai Zhang, Alston Zhao, Rebecca Zorach. Congratulations to all of the inaugural winners. Go ahead. Clep, would you mind coming over and saying a few words?
I just want to say thank you, because we discussed this idea, which may have seemed a little revolutionary at the time, over the summer with Mr. Poole and Mr. Pugliese. And as Mr. Poole mentioned, the Fine and Performing Arts, we don't have an organization in New York State that oversees everything as well as they do for athletics. And honestly, Fine and Performing Arts students, they don't have an off season. This is a craft that they dedicate themselves from September through June. They put in countless hours on the stage, performing, behind the scenes, their artwork, etc. So for Mr. Pugliese to get behind this idea with Mr. Poole and say, we can do this. We can come up with a team. He got a team of faculty together that developed a criteria that was equitable to what they do for athletics. And the fact that we're seeing that come to fruition this year, and that Shoreham-Wading River gets to be the pioneer of scholar artists, is absolutely amazing. I am forever grateful, and I am so proud of all of our students for finally getting the acknowledgement that they deserve for their hard work in academics and the arts. So congratulations to everyone.
Okay, all the students that were named, if you would mind, please, we're going to head up to the back corner of the auditorium for a photo, please. Thank you.
say it right in here. We're just going to vote to amend the agenda so that we can honor the tenure recipients and accept the tenure now, so they don't have to stay. I mean, if you want to stay for the budget hearing, anyone who's here, you're more than welcome. But can I get a motion to amend the agenda to vote on personnel first? Rob, second. Megan, all in favor? 5-0. Okay. Can I get a motion to approve the personnel agenda for this evening? Rob, second. Mike. Any discussion or questions? All in favor? 5-0. Congratulations to those who have received tenure. We invite you to the stage. We don't have to go in the corner this time. You can come to the stage and we have a little gift for you. I'm going to take a photo.
Good, it's my pleasure to announce this evening receiving tenure is Dana Schaefer, science teacher. Michael Buscemi, special education teacher. Brendan Lynch, guidance counselor. Samantha Shepard, art teacher. Jomaya Carrasco, psychologist. And unfortunately unable to be here this evening is James Finity, music teacher.
Taking a picture. Somebody's gonna take a picture. Be like in the armpit.
No offense, John. We're professional.
A little late.
All right, next we have reports and reviews. We have the budget hearing by Mr. Arcuri. Mike, scare me.
Good evening. Tonight is our final budget presentation before the budget vote on May 17th. You'll be soon receiving inside of your mailboxes the budget newsletter, which is expected to be delivered sometime this week. And the following week, 7 days before the vote, we are required to send out the budget 6-day notice. and you should be receiving that a week from today. So the budget hearing tonight, 2022-2023 budget. Proud to say that it maintains all programs from the 21-22 year. It increases the number of high school course offerings, restructures the middle school to a 9-period day, which will provide for greater flexibility and opportunities for all students. As Mr. Poole mentioned earlier, provides for 2 additional nurses. So the additional positions will allow us to support student health needs and provide health services for the extended day programs. It improves the elementary library program by bringing in a elementary shared librarian between the 2 buildings. One-time maintenance budget for maintenance projects has been reduced, and a reduction of the positions that were originally hired to support the COVID-19 needs. We have fully eliminated them from the 22-23 budget, restoring us back to a pre-pandemic staffing levels. As Mr. Poole mentioned earlier, universal pre-K program, we had originally sent the RFP out based on the executive run funding, which was a little less than $173,000. And then when additional funding was awarded to us on April 9th, April 10th, we then went out, began the process to expand the program, and we are continuing along that process. Tax levy limit, 1.7028%. The district is not seeking to pierce the tax levy. It is a simple majority vote, 50% plus 1. The expenditure budget increase from current year to the proposed budget is $2,314,523, or 2.87%. Summary of expenditures just again clearly shows where our dollars are spent. We try to give the viewers of this presentation the ability to see the different categories so that they have really a clear summary of where the funding goes. Proposed budget summary in 3-part form. This is a required way to break our budget out. Each budget code is assigned a specific component area: administrative, capital, and program. You really want to see increases inside the program area that is directly impacting student and the instructional program. You see a small reduction inside the capital section. As I mentioned earlier, this is related to the reduction in one-time maintenance projects. And the administrative component shows a small increase of 1.64%. Looking at the expenditure budget along with the revenue budget, it shows, as I previously mentioned, the tax levy increase of 1.7028, a little bit less than $1 million. It shows a state aid increase of 10.93%. Part of this state aid increase is our restoration of foundation aid. Shows a small reduction in other local revenue related to our projection of interest earnings. It shows the appropriation of fund balance of, if you net the 2 together, of a reduction of $1.1 million. Shows an increased reliance on reserves, increased use of employee retirement system reserve, a first-time use of the teachers retirement system reserve, a slight decrease in the unemployment reserve, and a slight increase in the use of the workers' compensation reserve. In the application of reserves to the revenue budget, it is important to point out the purpose of funding reserves is to utilize those same reserves in order to keep our revenue budget consistent, as well as to help us retain all of our instructional programs. Contingent budget, the vote is May 17th. If the voters do not support the budget, The Board of Education has the option of putting up another budget or the same budget for a vote in June. And then if that budget vote was not successful, then we would be required to adopt a contingent budget. Primary thing about a contingent budget is you must remain at the tax levy of the current year. So we would have a reduction of a little less than $1 million, $946,000, and have to factor in some required reductions. The primary required reduction for us is a little less than $400,000 inside of the equipment funding. Then we would have to identify an additional $550,000 worth of reductions. This isn't something that we delve deeply into, but it's a required piece. It's part of the budget newsletter, part of the 6-day notice, as well as required to be part of the budget hearing. A little past history, that our tax levy 5-year average is 1.15, and our expenditure increase average is 2.13% over the past 5 years. Any questions on Proposition 1, the expenditure budget? Okay, moving on to Proposition 2, very important this year. We not only have the expenditure budget that the voters are acting upon, we also have the Proposition 2, which is a May 2022 capital projects proposition. This is to fully renovate 2 high school art classrooms, room 116 and room 118, as well as renovate the high school auxiliary gym into a physical health and wellness center. There is no cost to the taxpayer for these capital projects. There is no increase in the tax levy. There is no increase in the general fund. It is fully paid for out of funds from the prior year state aid award that are in the tax reduction reserve. So the total cost of this project is a little less than $3 million. Again, very important to point out, fully paid for by prior year state aid funds. No increase in the tax levy, no increase to the taxpayer, and also important to note that if this project was completed today based on our capital aid ratios for our building aid, we would receive back approximately 30 to 34% of the total dollars spent. So what we've tried to do with all of our projects, whenever we're doing capital work, is to capitalize on the available building aid to us. And we would see that, as I had mentioned, if we finish the project today, based on our building aid percentages today, they could change when we close this project out in 2023, spring of 2024. The project is not set to have the work completed until the summer of 2023. The voters hopefully approve the funding on May 17th. We then submit our plans, submit our request for approval from the New York State Education Department. We anticipate receiving them sometime in January or February. Then we go out to bid, and then we schedule the work for the summer of 2023. So I think it's a great project for kids, a great project for the district, great project for the community. Just a couple of pictures. The art room spaces are original to the building. They're approximately 50 years old. The casework in these spaces is original. So when you look at some of the casework, it is seen better days, but it's also great to know that even with these instructional spaces, we still have students that are doing phenomenal work, and I just cannot imagine how much better the instructional space is going to feel to them once the spaces are renovated. Just a few more pictures. Renovate the high school auxiliary gym to a physical health and wellness center. The plan for this space is to have half of the space be a fixed area with a fixed cardio equipment, weights, exercise type equipment, and then the other side of the space it is going to be open to allow for floor type activities, whether it's Pilates, yoga. We anticipate having a bisecting wall that's able to close off the space to have 2 different spaces, and we are installing new HVAC systems that will not be located inside the space. They'll be rooftop units, and we are considering the project scope does include adding air conditioning to these spaces also. The ballot language for Proposition 2, shall the Board of Education of the Shoreham-Wading River Central School District be authorized pursuant to Chapter 298 of the Laws of New York of 2008 to use funds at no additional cost to the taxpayer from the Tax Reduction Reserve, which was established by the Board of Education on June 17, 2008, via Resolution 0708-216, and contains the prior year's state aid funds for the following purposes and projects: renovate the high school art classroom number 116, renovate high school art classroom number 118, and renovate the high school auxiliary gym into a physical health and wellness center, and any ancillary work, related work, furnishings, and equipment that are incidental to said projects in the amount not to exceed $2,898,040. Is there any questions on Proposition 2? I thank you for the opportunity. As I had previously mentioned, the budget vote is May 17th, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. in the high school main gym. And this presentation will be posted to the district website. It'll be both in English and Spanish.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Tonight we have votes and resolutions for approval of March 22nd, 2022, regular public session minutes. Can I get a motion? Rob, second. Megan, any discussion or questions? All in favor? 5-0. We have one Board of Education resolution, 2122-242, appointment of poll workers for the upcoming election. Can I get a motion? Megan, second Henry. Any discussion or questions?
Yeah, I just wanted to understand, these additional people we're adding, are we expecting a higher turnout on the vote? Like, or why are we adding it now?
I'm sorry, I can't see you. They're not additional people because of the higher turnout. They're just additional people in regard to the full list of people that we usually hire. We just needed additional poll workers for the budget vote in general. It's just that they came in a little bit later with their responses than the last meeting.
Thank you.
Okay to vote? All in favor? 5-0. We have one curriculum and instruction resolution to approve the RFP for additional universal pre-kindergarten. Can I get a motion? Henry, second Rob. Any discussion or questions? All in favor? 5-0. We have two business and operations resolution, 244 and 245. Can I get a motion? Mike, second Henry. Any discussion or questions? Okay to vote. All in favor? 5-0. I want to thank Ms. Gregoric for the donation, and I think we have Gavin here. We want to thank you first for the fantastic job that you did emceeing last week at the Tri-Am event. That was a real treat. You're certainly a student of many talents, and this project, we believe as a board, will showcase those talents. We thank you for choosing to, definitely come on up. We thank you for choosing to complete your Eagle Scout Award by making this wonderful contribution to the music department, to which you've made many contributions personally in the past. We're thankful for all you do to share your gifts with our community, and we will definitely welcome you back to witness the fruits of your donation for years to come. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
We actually, now that we have this resolution approved, I was able to sign this letter that you can now take back to your troop. And if you want to come up, we can hand you this letter. Alan got it. Oh my goodness. Sorry to keep you waiting. We already did the personnel agenda, and so just to double check, Mrs. Mahoney, do we have any communications?
No.
Okay. So next, can I get a motion to go into exec for personnel matter?
Just a quick question. just a
Oh, sure,
clarification.
sorry, yeah.
Are we walking through Briarcliff next week? Is that like a public session we're starting there? For the public walkthrough?
The intent is, at the night of the budget vote, to start to walk through prior to the budget vote, have an executive session, then accept the results of the budget in public. So we would open up as a public meeting at Briarcliff walkthrough.
Right.
And then perhaps there's a little bit of a break, and then come back here for a public and executive session.
Okay,
But that'll be advertised and.
I got you, so the public knows.
But public notice will definitely be advertised
Okay,
there.
thank you.
Okay. Okay, can I get a motion? Megan, second Mike. All in favor? 5-0.